Welcome back, TK fans. Jane here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about injuries. Now, as you can remember, we entered our horse into the following race. Here you'll see that it was a stakes race, and our horse was not at full health. You can know this by your horse having the health of not vigorous, vigorous, vigorous. A caveat to that is you'll see that your horse can sometimes waver a little in its upper level overall rating a little from day to day. The maximum one will tell you when the horse is at its fullest fitness. This does not always happen, but it can happen, and it is a good indicator whether your horse is fully fit or not. Also, if you have OC, you can go to your summary of horses and go to the horse computer, and it will show you where your vet assessment is. Now, if we go down, we'll look at our results. And here you can see we were racing against lower level horses, and we came in fourth. That's not unheard of. It does happen. But if we go to our form guide and we scroll down, we'll see what our jockey comments are. I don't feel like I got the best out of this horse. It's a very common jockey statement, which means they may have fought a little, or the jockey just didn't push the horse as much as it could have, or many other things. And also the trainer comments. Here you will see it says there is a small amount of blood coming from the horse's nose. Better keep an eye on that. We need to rethink the events this horse and jockey ran in. They barely made it home. Other indicators that your horse was injured in a race will be things like the horse got a knock. We need to get x-rays. If we need to get x-rays, as said, your horse is extremely badly hurt, and don't expect to race that horse for at least a month. And sometimes it'll say things like the horse came back with a slight limp. There's a few other things that the trainer can say, but typically if it says any one of those things, your horse was injured in the race. Now if we go to our horse, we'll see that our horse's medical condition is down below vigorous. Once the medical condition is below vigorous, you have an injury. The physical and the vet assessment can easily go below vigorous. It does it all the time during racing. But the way you know you have an injury is if the medical goes below vigorous. Now, another thing that happened is we trained our horse today. A very bad idea. If you know your horse has gotten injured, don't train your horse. So we'll go to our mailbox. And it'll say there's this mail, and it's from our stable hand. Remember I said our stable hand doesn't usually contact us, but this is one of the few times that it will. Here it says, "Hey boss, it's your stable hand here. I just thought I should tell you that Improv has picked up a bit of an injury during training. This looks like it'll need a bit of vet attention. The injury really seems to be troubling him. I am no vet, but I recommend we're working Improv a little too hard lately. Might be worth giving him a little less training next week, or maybe even a small spell. Bye for now." This is a typical email that you'll get if you train your horse when they're injured, especially with something hard, such as swimming, and then you create an even worse injury. Now, to improve our injured horse's health, you can go to Stables, Facilities and Training, and here you'll go to your veterinary. To get past an injury, you need to put quite a few vets on. And typically, for as bad as we had our horse injured, you're going to need to do 8 to 12 hours of veterinary work each and every day until the horse gets to vigorous something health. Because of how injured our horse is, it will not go to vigorous very quickly. But there are a few things that we can do to help improve. Remember, we also have the specialist facility for the expert farrier, which will help a little as well. But be forewarned, this horse will not be able to run healthily for at least 2 to 4 weeks. Sometimes it can take even longer. So be really careful about over racing your horses, because once they're injured, it can take a very long time before you can race them again. That's all for today. See you next time.